Talk Politics with Ewing. Subscribe.
After watching this video, I'll present to you facts and let you decide which is truth or lies by yourself in the comments. Watch.
I like the title of chapter 7, The Beginning of the End. And you tend to make that point in all your books, that we are approaching the end. Is the end the revolution?
Look, whether Nigerians run away from it from now till kingdom come, the reality is that in the absence of a revolution, Nigeria will implode. It is inevitable. It's just a matter of time. When the rolling stone keep rolling, at some point it will come to a stop. Every rolling stone gathers moss and stop. The Nigerian situation is unsustainable. The point of implosion or revolution is in front of us.
In front?
It is right there in front. We're almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. The last opportunity for a peaceful transition was in 2023 and is already lost. That's just the truth. The last opportunity for a peaceful transition of power was in 2023. It's lost.
But there was a peaceful transition
of power. No, that was what you saw was an hijack of power. The constitution was suspended in order to install the person in office today.
How do you mean?
Every rule that were meant to have been kept in the process leading up to the election, governing the election and the installation of the president, were observed more in breach than in observance. Yeah. From INEC, which compromised the entire electoral process, sabotaged his own efforts, to the courts, who ignored clear rules and relied on technicalities in order to install a person in office. They killed that lie of Decree 24 of 1999. They killed it finally.
But technicality is law.
You see, technicality is law, yes. But technicalities do not promote justice and it does not build countries.
Are you saying Bola Tinubu did not win the 2023 election?
I said that without any hesitation. He knows it.
Who won?
Yakubu knows it. You see, if I will answer that question, it will be subjective. And the subjective answer will be Peter Obi. I worked on that campaign and I know as a fact that he won the majority vote and the highest number of states. But you have a situation today, and that is the tragedy of Nigeria.
How did you arrive at that?
I'm coming there. You have a situation today, and that's the actual tragedy of Nigeria, where INEC cannot tell you how it arrived at announcing Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. It can't give you any result to back up its declaration. What I have said to you comes out of the situation room, the presidential election situation room, of which I was a part. We had reports that came in from different states. And I know enough to know that even though he didn't make enough to have won on the first ballot, he won more states than any other person. I think he won in a total of 21 or 22 states.
Obi?
Yes.
From your situation?
Yes.
Even the
PDPs, INEC does not have any portal to show you. Is it the portal where they are uploading all kind of madness? Or is it the ones where you can't even read the form EC8A that they have TPEX and overwritten, all kind of script? Even that script, WAEC will not collect that script from a student. That's what INEC is using. And it cannot even intelligently collate to say 2 plus 2, this is how we arrived at our 4. Election the result was being declared in the middle of the night, and then you heard the crooked Mahmoud saying without shame, go to court. When you hear a thief inviting you to go to court, you can be sure that his father or his co-accomplice is the one waiting for you in that court.
The fact remains that there's no judicially established record that Peter Obi won the election 2023, or that INEC said he won. So INEC no say he win. The judge no say win, but obedience see the claim say Peter Obi won. And from reports in 2023 election, voting held 25th of February 2023 aimed logistical and result transmission problem. Although there was problem, INEC later declared Tinubu as the winner with 8.7 million votes, while Peter Obi 6.1 million. Obi challenged the result, but the Presidential Petition Tribunal, that's the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court, upheld Tinubu's victory.
Now you know the facts, right? Decide what the truth or lies for me in the comment section. To the next video.
Senator Adeleke's nephew, the popular singer Dino, had gone on Twitter and was seeking the help of President Donald Trump of America and saying he should come to the rescue and save Osun State because he believed that something untoward will happen during the election. And the election might be rigged, and there are fears within the Accord Party of the use of federal might. But if you look at the figures, in 2022, Adeleke defeated incumbent APC, the minister Oyetola, by 403,371 votes. Oyetola then at 375,027 votes. It's about 28,000 plus votes. And that, at the time, Nigeria had an APC federal government in place too. If Osun voters could defeat an incumbent APC in power with federal might at the time, why the fear of federal might this time around? When it did not work, when you imagine that it should have worked 100% and effectively. Now, those who think maybe this is just crime foul.
No, it's not just crime foul. We know the characters we're dealing with. They don't believe in democracy. They believe in grabbing it, running away with it, and you can go to places. Go to any court, we shall wait for you there. So, and a man whose child had been killed by a witch in the past would always see every woman as a witch. So if we are paranoid, we have the justification for our paranoia. And we also get our own intel. And the intel is that APC sees the Osun election as a dress rehearsal for what will happen in January. And that is why they are so desperate. And that is why, by the way...
Yes, Davido had reports on Channels Television and on the X feed for Davido saying they sought out help from Donald Trump and his attention concerning the elections in Osun State. So you see where Dele Momodu take refer to APC officials as actors whom he accused of not believing in democracy. So Dele Momodu they say that APC no believe in democracy. Yeah, so they claim if it's an allegation, not is an allegation, not an established fact. Dele Momodu says he sees the Osun polls as preparation for 2027, but no independent evidence confirmed APC officially has such a plan. So you call and say dress rehearsal. Say APC won't use Osun election take prepare for the kind thing where they go do for 2027 election. That's not be fact.
Now you know the fact, right? Decide what the truth or lies for me in the comment section. To the next video.
Standardization protocol. Osun State is a state that has enormous potentials, enormous resources, natural and human resources. But the problem is that it doesn't have a governor to assess these resources. What is needed at this moment is to elect a governor, Governor Ambo, who has the requisite pedigree, the requisite background that can harness these resources. Apart from that, there's one thing that is also lacking, apart from what I've said earlier. That is, Osun State is not within the mainstream of Nigerian polity. What is important at this stage is to bring Osun State into the mainstream equation of Nigerian politics. If you do that, Osun State will be able to harness leverage on the fact that it's within the committee of states that are ruled by or are governed by the APC. As we speak, we have 31 states. But Osun is isolated. So you need to vote on Saturday to bring Osun into the equation of national politics. When you do that, Ogun State will gain and get developed. Please, on Saturday, go out there and vote for development, and vote for infrastructure, and vote for everything that will come to Osun State that will make it more developed. You have everything, but your problem is that you are isolated, you've isolated yourself. The problem is that you don't have the right governor. Now, go out there and vote so that you can fix all these problems. And let me speak just very little in Hausa.
Osun State, we know say you get agricultural value, you get value for tourism and also mineral resources, including gold mine, limestone, kaolin, and granite. However, for somebody to say Osun doesn't have a capable governor, that's not fact. That's just an opinion, not an established fact. We all know say Munuruddin Bola Oyibanji is the APC candidate and is supposed to represent them for this election. But we cannot take out the fact, say, Osun already has a governor, which is Ademola Adeleke. So that's not a proven fact. That's just a political banter.
Now you know the fact, right? Decide what the truth or lies for me in the comment section. To the next video.
Nigeria, in all facets of life, no state government today is owing salary. No state government is borrowing money for projects. Enough money is coming to the state. Osun should be better than what I've seen. On the road between Ibadan and here, even the potholes are not fixed. Ambo, How many times have I called you? How many times have I called you? You must immediately show the difference. As soon as you are elected on Saturday, once you are sworn in, you must begin the progressive movement. You must transform Osun State. You must show the people that development is what part and parcel of politics. That what they need is dividends of democracy. They don't need social media. May God bless you. May God guide you as you use Osun money for Osun people. As you transform the infrastructure. As you join us in the center to ensure that Nigeria is transformed and Osun is transformed. In the name of God Almighty. Can we shout amen? So let me pray for
The Senate President talk. Let's read this. Osun needs dividends of democracy, roads, jobs, healthcare, education, and infrastructure matters more publicly. Now, the funding for Osun's budget 2026 was projected to be around 221.68 billion from the FAC plus other revenue. Although the money is substantial, but not automatically enough for every infrastructure wey you need for Osun State. And him talk about the Oyo-Osun road. Yes, the Ibadan Ile-Ife highway is a federal government responsibility, like federal government road, not for Osun State government. So when they use that road campaign for APC, probably the Senate president no really do wetin be the name, but at the same time, you know say wetin the Senate president dey point out be say if APC collect the state, perhaps federal government go look towards fixing the road, which is their own responsibility from the outset. Now, the major reforms include first subsidy removal as under Tinubu FX reform and increased investment, but Nigerians still face severe cost of living pressure. Although people they say they see the
Now you know the facts, right? Decide what the truth or lies for me in the comment section.